Hello everyone, welcome to Tech and Target. I am Hemant, and in this video we will be solving questions that were asked in Capgemini. So without any further ado, let's get started. So they say the question says that we have to find the rank of the given graph. So and the graph they have given is this one. Okay. So by formula we know that the rank of the graph will be given by the number of vertices in the graph. So the number of vertices in the graph minus the number of components in the graph, right? So the number of vertices minus the number of components. Okay. So we know the number of vertices, right? So basically we are having, this is basically a hexagon. So a hexagon basically has 6 nodes, right? So we have A, B, C, D, E, F. So this is one node. This is the second node. This is the third node. This is the fourth node. This is the fifth node. And this is the sixth node. So we are basically having 6 number of vertices here. So from the 6 we'll be subtracting the number of components in the graph. Okay. Now coming to the components. So what is actually the components? So if you talk about the components, so basically it is nothing but the number of separated units that are present in the graph. So let us consider this graph. So in this graph, we only have one component, right? So we do not have 2 or more separated components. So let's say, let us consider a graph of 2 or more components. Let's say this is one edge, right? So let us call it A, B, and we have one more component or one more unit, let's say this one. So now we can call the number of components in this particular graph. Okay, so we have to consider this entire thing as one single graph, and the number of components in this particular graph will be 2 because we have 2 separate units in this graph, right? So one unit is AB, or one component is AB, and the second component is CD, right? Now, so here the number of components will be 2. Now, how can we make this graph into a component into a graph containing only one component? We can just add an edge from A to C. Then the number of components in this particular graph will become only 1 because there is a connecting edge between A and C, and the entire graph is now connected. Now the number of separate components available in this entire graph is only 1, because we do not have any other separated component or units, right? Now let's say we had one more edge here. Now let's say we'll call it E or F. Now we can call the number of components in this particular graph is 2 because this particular edge is not joined with any of the other nodes, right? So this edge EF is not connected to any other vertices here. So that's the reason this is a separate unit from this unit. So totally there are 2 units or 2 components in this graph. So the number of components in this graph consisting of nodes A, B, C, D, E, F is 2. Now the same thing applies here. The number of components in this particular graph that they have given in the question. So we do not have any separate components. So this entire graph will now be considered as a single component, and the number of components we will be taking it as 1. So we have 6 minus 1, which will be 5. So basically the rank of the given graph will be 5. So the most important thing that you have to remember is the rank of a given graph is given by the formula number of vertices minus the number of components in the graph. Number of vertices is nothing but the number of nodes present in the graph, and the number of components is the number of separated units present in the graph. So if you subtract number of components from the number of vertices, then you will be able to get the rank of the given graph. Now in this question, number of vertices is 6, number of components is 5. So if we subtract 1 from 6, we'll get 5, and we'll mark option C as the answer for this question. Now I hope you understood this solution, and with that assumption, I'll move on to the second question of this. And yes, so the question says, if the level order traversal of a binary tree consisting of 5 nodes is A, B, C, D, E, which of these can be the child of the B, right? Now they have given 4 options and we have to choose one of them. Now, the most important keywords that you have to take care of here is the first one is the level order traversal. Then the second one is the binary tree, and how many nodes are there in that particular binary tree, what is the level order traversal, and what they are asking, who can be the child of B, right? Now, see, first of all, what do you mean by level order traversal? So we have to know, so in order to answer the entire question, you have to know the meaning of all these keywords. Now we'll start with the most basic one. So basically, what is a binary tree? A binary tree is a tree which can have two children, one child, or no children at all, right? For example, let us consider a tree like this. So the first root is having two children. Now this root may have one child. Then this particular node can have 0 children. So this particular root is having two children. This is having one child, and this is having zero child, right? So basically, a binary tree is a tree that may contain at most two children, right? If it is containing at most two children, then that type of a tree, we can call it a binary tree. It can have two children, or it can have a single child, or it may not have any child. The nodes that are having no child, we call them as leaf nodes. And the first node in the tree, we call it as a root node, right? So we call this node as root node, and these are the children of this node, and the those which are not having any children, we call them as a leaf nodes, right? So we call them as leaf nodes. Now, so we now understood that what is a binary tree, and what they're saying there, they say that particular binary tree is having 5 nodes, right? Now, how can be our binary tree? So it can be of the form like this. So 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, or it may have any form like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or it may have something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or it may have any other form. But what they are telling you is, so they are considering the level order traversal. Now, what is level order traversal? Okay, let us consider this tree. If the nodes are of in this form 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, what will be the level order traversal? So, level order traversal is nothing but you're traversing the tree level by level, right? So first we'll traverse the level 0, all the nodes at level 0 from left to right. Then we'll traverse all the nodes which are present in level 1 from left to right. Then we'll traverse all the nodes from left to right in the level 2. Now, what will be the level order traversal of this according to the approach that we have got? So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, because in the first 0th level we have 1. In the first level, we have 2 and 3, and in the second level, we have 4 and 5. So in this way, the level order traversal of this particular binary tree will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in the same way, you have to construct the tree in such a way that the level order traversal of that particular tree will be A, B, C, and D, A, B, C, D, and E. And what they want is, so what are the possibilities of the child of B? Right? So we have to find out whether C can be made as a child, whether D can be made as a child, whether E can be made as a child, or whether all of them can be made as children of B. I mean, like it can be C, it can be D, it can be both C and D, it can be both D and E, or whatever it is. Now we have to find whether any of this can be made as child of B. Now, how do you find that? Now, let's say we just want to create a tree on this. Okay, now let me clean all the stuff on this. Okay, now, so let's say we are creating a binary tree. Now let us check what will happen if we consider a complete binary tree. So we will be having A, B, C, then D, then E. So this is just one possibility. And in this possibility, what we have got, so this is a binary tree. So is this following all the rules of a binary tree? Yes, it is. It is having at most 2 children. Yes, there are no cycles in this tree. So the children of B in this particular fashion are D and E. So which are option B as well as option E. So when you get this kind of solution, which is having more than two options and which is satisfying more than two options, you can obviously directly go for this all of these, or if it is having particularly B and C option, then you can go for B and C option. But if that is not there, you can directly go for this option D, which is all of this, right? So just from one observation, you are able to get the final answer. But so in order to prove how C also can be the answer to this solution, we can try that as well. Now you have to make sure that C will be a child of B, right? How do you do that? So we can just make B C, then you can make D here and E here, or you can make E here as well, right? Now in this approach or in this fashion, we can make C as a child of B, and still the level order traversal will be A, B, C, then D, right? So first level 0, A, level 1, B, level 2, C, level 3, D and E. So still the level order traversal will be A, B, C, D, E. And in this tree as well, the level order traversal will still stay to be A, B, C, D, E. So we are able to see that all the three nodes can be made as childs or children to the node B. So we can obviously go for option D as the solution to this question. So we'll move on to the next question. So the question here says, select among the options which cannot be the height of the binary tree consisting of 4,564 nodes. So they are asking which cannot be the height, right? So they are not asking which can be the height of the binary tree, but they are asking which cannot, right? So you have to keep this word in mind. So basically, so whenever you are given this type of question, so you have to just remember one thing. So whenever you are given height, whenever you were given a height, let's say it is having height as, if your tree is having height as h, okay? Now the minimum number of nodes to form that height, the minimum number of nodes required would be at least h plus 1. Because let's say if your height is h, then that means that, okay, let us consider an example. Let your height be 2, then there should be at least 2 plus 1, which is 3 nodes, right? Because you can't create a tree which is having height 2 with less than or equal to 2 nodes, right? So you should be at least having 2 plus 1, which is 3 number of nodes to make height of 2, right? So you should at least be having 3 nodes to make height of 2. If we only have 2 nodes, if we are not having a third node, then we are having only height as 1, right? So we are not able to get height as 2. So whenever you are given a height h, then there should be at least h plus 1 nodes in your tree, right? Now we will just check. So we will just look how many number of nodes they are given, and we will consider whether this we'll check each option whether that can be a height or not for the given number of nodes, right? If that is, then we will not worry. If that is not, then we will mark that as our answer, because they have given which cannot be the height of the binary tree, right? So which is consisting of 4,564 nodes. Now if the number of nodes is 4,564, so 4,564 nodes are there. If there are 4,564 nodes, then the height will be 4,563 or less than that. It might be 4,563 or it might be less, right? Now, so will 3,500 be the height of the tree having 4,564 nodes? Yes, it can be, because so when you are having 4,000 plus nodes and your height is 3,500, which is obviously less than 4,563, then this option will not be the solution to this, because this is a valid height. You may construct a tree consisting of height 3,500 with number of nodes as 4,564. And now coming to the second option, this is also not the solution to this question, because the maximum height that will be obtained will be 4,563, and you are having only 3,800 as height. right? And you are having 4,564 nodes. You will possibly be able to create a tree which is having height 3,800, because you can make height up to 4,563. Now, for going for the third option, we have 4,400 height. So, which is still less than the height 4,563. So, still this cannot be the answer to this question. The only option remaining is 4,600, and which is greater than 4,563, which will be the maximum height that can be found with these many number of nodes. So option D will be the right answer for our question. Now we'll move on to the next question. So which says, in which of the tree traversals does the root is visited first? So basically, how will be the trees represented? So this is left child, this is right child, and this is root. So root in the sense n, so which is the node. This is the left child, this is the right child. Now, so what is in order traversal? So first left child will be traversed, first left child will be visited, then the root or the node will be visited, then the right child will be visited. Now you have to tell in which traversal does the n come first. So in whichever the traversals n comes first, you have to select that option as the solution to this question. Now in order traversal, what happens? First, left child will be traversed, then the node will be visited, then the right child will be visited. So this will not be the solution to this question. And what will be the pre-order? Pre-order means what? First the node will be visited, then the left child will be visited, then the right child will be visited, which is nothing but NLR. So if we write NLR, and what we want any such combination which is having n as the first one. So the pre-order traversal is having n in the first place. So we will mark pre-order as a solution to this question. Now, just for confirmation, we'll go for the other options as well. Now, in post-order traversal, what will happen? The node will be visited after the left and right childs are visited, right? So this will be the order of this will be L, R, and N. So N will be in the last. So post-order also will not be the solution. And option D is definitely not, because we have already got pre-order traversal as a solution. So we'll move on to the next question now. So the question says, what is the output of the following pseudocode? So basically we have to find what will be the output of this question. So basically we are given three variables. So we are setting A as 8, B as 51, C as 2. Now what they are changing? They are changing C and B variables. And finally they are printing what will be the sum of A plus B plus C, right? We just have to print what will be the sum of value of A plus updated value of B plus updated value of C, right? Because these are the only two variables that are getting updated. A will still remain to be 8. So we can just write 8 here. So 8 plus B plus C. We just have to find the values of B plus C. We substitute that in this equation and we will print the answer. Now, just look at this equation. C is firstly, so this is A. This symbol is actually the symbol of XOR, right? Now we know the XOR, right? So XOR get, what will be the truth table? Now let's say, sorry for this one. Okay, so just give me a second. Just give me a second. Okay, so how will you denote a XOR gate? So in the XOR, we know that, so whenever you are having 0, 0, 0, so we will be having four types of inputs, right? So we'll be having 1, 0 and 1, 1. The output will be, so let us consider this is X and this is Y. So when they are same, you will get 0. When they are same, you will get 0. When they are different, you will get 1. So when X and Y are different, you will get 1 as output. When X and Y are same, either 0, 0 or 1, 1, then you will get output as 0, right? So this is the point behind the XOR symbol, right? So you know what is XOR? So XOR is nothing but, so whenever you are having two values as same, then you will get 0. When they are different, you will get 1. And this is a symbol for XOR gate. And then what they are doing, firstly, you are doing XOR of A and C. the combined result is done again XOR with A, and that you will be storing in C. So basically, so what is the value of A? A value is 8. And in binary, what is the, how can you represent 8? So you can represent 8 by 1,000,000. And what is the value of C here? So the value of C is 2. So 2 can be represented using 0, 0, 1, 0. Now you just have to do XOR. So after you do XOR, what will happen? What did I just say? So 0 and 0, both of them are same. So you'll get 0. 0 and 1, both of them are different. You will get 1. So 0 and 0, both of them are same. You will get 0. 1 and 0, both of them are different. So when both of them are different, you will get 1, right? So 0, 0 is 0, 0, 1 is 1, 0, 0 is 0, and 1, 0 is 1. Now this will be again XOR with 8. Now, what will be A or 8, right? So the value of A is 8 here. So again, that we will do XOR with 1,000,000. Now, what do we get? So 0 and 0 is same. So we'll get 0. 1 and 0 is different. So 1 is different, 0 is different. So we'll get 1. So 0 and 0 is again same. So we'll get 0. 1 and 1 is again same. So we will get 0. Now, what is this? What is the equivalent decimal value of this one? So this is basically 2, right? Now, what value is updated? So this is the updated value of C. Now, in C, the value stored will be 2, right? Now, we can say A value will not get updated. B value, we have to find out. C value is 2 here, right? Now, after 2, so what we have to do, we have to update B. So B is B mod 4. So mod means nothing but percentage. Now, what is the value of B? B is 51 percentage 4, right? So mod means nothing but you have to find the, what will be the remainder after dividing it by 4. So if you divide 51 by 4, what will happen? 4 ones are 4, 5 minus 4 is 1, and this is 1. This is 4 twos are 8, and 11 minus 8 will be 3. So 3 is the remainder. So that 3 will now be stored in B. So now the value of B will be 3. Now you just have to add all of this. So 8 plus 3 is 11. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus 2 is 13. So you will mark option A, which is having 13 as a solution to this question. So basically you are firstly doing XOR of A and C values. And whatever the answer that you get, that you are doing again XOR with A, and whatever the answer that you get, that you will store in C, and you will update B as well using this equation, which is B mod 4. Mod means percentage. Percentage or mod means nothing but, so you have to divide a number by the dividend, and whatever the remainder that you get, that you have to store in the variable that you have got. Right. So in this case, we are storing it in B. So after doing these two operations, you will get C value as 2 and B value as 3, and A value is not updated. So 8, A value will still remain 8, B value will be 3, C value will be 2. Now 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 8 is 13, and you will mark it as your solution. Now we'll move on to the next question. The next question says, so you're having two variables. So one of which is A, which is having 15 as a value, B is 7. Now what we are doing, so we are again doing mod function here. So A is A mod A minus 3. Okay. Now you are updating as A percentage A minus 3. So A minus 3. Okay. Now what is the value of A that we have got? We have got A value as 15. So 15 percentage 15 minus 3. What is 15 minus 3? 15 minus 3 is 12. Now if you do division and you take the remainder, so you will get 3. So 15 percentage 12 is 3. Now the value of A will be 3. Now A will be 3. Now what will be B here? So B is equal to B percentage B minus 3. Now what is the value of B here? B we have got as 7. Now we will find percentage of 7 minus 3. 7 minus 3 is 4. So what is 7 percentage 4? 7 percentage 4 is 3 again, because so if you do again the same thing, so 4 ones are 4, 7 minus 4 is again 3. So the value of B will also be 3. Now A value will be 3, B value will be 3. Now again what they are doing, A is A mod 1. So A is equal to A percentage 1. Now what is the value of A here? So the value of A is 3. So 3 percentage 1 will be what? So it will be 0 because when you divide 3 by 1, so you'll get 1 3s are 3 and 3 minus 3 is 0. So the updated value is now 0. So in A, we'll now be storing 0. And the same thing applies for B as well. So B is B percentage 1. So B is what? So B is also having 3 percentage 1. So which is same as this one. So 3 percentage 1 is again 0. So the value of B is 0. Now the value of B is also 0. You just have to print what? A plus B. The value of A is 0. 0 plus the value of B is 0. 0 plus 0 is again 0. So the option D is right answer for this question. So I hope you have got some idea of how to solve these kind of questions if they are asked in the Capgemini exam. So hope you have understood the solutions for all the problems. So if you have any doubts, you please put a message in the chat section. And yeah, thanks for watching till now, and stay tuned for further videos. Thank you. Thanks a lot.